Those of you who've been drinking since the sun came up, like pretty much everyone in this room,
Yeah.
you need this guy who's joined us on the stage here at Hooters in Lake Forest and watching online at KBC.com with keyword webcast. It's Miles L. Berman, Top Gun DUI defense attorney.
He's always been a huge supporter of Frosty, Eddie, and Frank.
Berman!
Berman.
No, seriously, since our start at 97.1, Miles was our first actual endorsement that ever came on 97.1. We were on that station, and now he's back with us here, and he's supporting our website.
First one on board.
Miles is definitely a friend of the show. It's good to have him back on with us.
Welcome to KBC, Miles.
Yes, thank you. It's great to be back, and it's greater to see the three of you in front of three mics at the same time on such a major station.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
With no bars, no prison bars between us,
Yeah.
which is how you normally see us.
Plexiglass talking on a phone.
No prosecutors. Just us.
No, it's great. And your audience found you, not only on the radio, but they also found you here as well, and this looks like greater than you guys have done in the past.
You know
This
what,
is fantastic.
Miles, they are, and we've said it before, and I've said it anytime we've gotten on stage or my Facebook or whatever, they are the most loyal, diehard fans on the planet. There's no better fan than the Frosty, Heidi, and Frank fan. None.
And I would say the most drunken
Oh, yeah, that
fans
too.
of
Yeah, yeah.
any
We
radio
like
show.
to party, don't we?
I think some people here have been drinking not just since this morning, but since last night.
Yeah, they haven't even been to bed yet.
They woke up drunk.
Some since the 90s.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you guys are so well known, although I was kind of flying to get in here. But I wouldn't be surprised that there may be some checkpoints or police officers hanging around. So be careful.
They set him up today.
You know, funny you mention that, someone told me, I was reading my Facebook comments, that in this area of Lake Forest, there is a concentration of police who do set up checkpoints and watch for people leaving bars, leaving restaurants.
Yeah, that's a common thing that police officers kind of hang out and patrol areas where they think people are drinking and driving. And that's
Is that
not driving.
legal? Is that legal though,
Dicks.
Miles? They can watch people leaving bars.
Yeah, that's legal. But you know, it's very difficult to be driving without coming up with some type of violation of the vehicle code. So I mean, it's always good to have a designated driver. I mean, that's really the best way to do it.
Now, when people go out and they have like a couple beers and say, I'm going to go down to the Frosty, Eddie, and Frank event and have 2 beers, and then I'm going to drive home, and I'll be cool. What you don't think about is what if you just happened to get into a fender bender if you would have been sober, and all of a sudden, you know, you have beer on your breath, and it's automatically your fault. So it's like, that's where I've noticed is like, I can drive,
Right.
but then if I get in an accident from somebody else's mistake, I'm automatically in the wrong because I had a couple beers, right?
Yeah, that could be a problem. Can we take an informal survey?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear by a show of hands. How many people actually know what their alcohol level is right now?
Oh, God.
And about a third of the room.
Actually, I forgot we're on radio.
Right.
Let's hear by applause. By a show of hands, how many people know what their alcohol level is?
Yeah.
About a third
You
to a
guys
fourth of
know?
the room.
All right, how many people think they're over a .08?
All right.
Most of the room.
I love it. They're so proud.
How many people could even hear the question? All right.
Well, no, that was, I think, one of the shocking things that we found out when we were doing the drinking shows back in the day, and we'll do another one, and Miles will come in with us and everything, is that we always go out to dinner. You go out for sushi. You have some sake. You have some beers, and you think, I'm fine. I feel fine to drive. And when you do
Give me
that
the keys, I'll
breathalyzer,
drive.
yeah, you do that breathalyzer test, and you're like, seriously, I'm not buzzed. I'm not spinning. I feel completely fine and relaxed, and you're legally drunk,
And
that's
you don't know
scary.
it.
And you don't know it, and that's what's scary.
Well, the police or the prosecutors may think you're legally drunk, but you know, just because you're charged with DUI doesn't mean you're going to be convicted.
Exactly. And the thing I learned from Miles L. Berman was you don't have to do the field sobriety test, right?
Yes, that's
Voluntary.
true. Does anybody here not know you don't have to do the field sobriety test? It's completely
They
voluntary.
ask you to do that, touch the nose and the alphabet.
See,
You don't have to do that.
This is a loyal audience that's been listening to
Yeah.
you guys for years, and no.
Now, Miles, if you don't do the field sobriety test, what are the consequences? Do you lose your license?
No, the field sobriety test, especially if you're older than 21, because if you're 21 or under, there's nobody here who's under 21, I'm sure, that
Wink, wink.
You have to take a portable breath test. But if you're 21 or older, you don't have to do the field sobriety test. You don't have to tell them where you're coming from or where you're going to. And you don't have to blow into the portable breath test machine before you're placed under arrest. And we, as our practice, have tremendous difficulty accepting the accuracy of the state's breath testing machines. Quite the contrary, we found they're oftentimes very inaccurate. Just to give a quick example, how many people here, by a show of hands, have been arrested for DUI? Okay, we didn't do, not that many, which is very
few,
good.
though.
Right.
We did do applause. All right, now, if you've had like a .10 and a .12, it sounds like it's pretty bad. It's over the legal limit, but it's scientifically impossible to go from a .10 to a .12 in 2 minutes.
Right.
So just on the results themselves, common sense will tell you that breath testing is not reliable.
Miles L. Berman, hopefully people are drinking responsibly, driving responsibly, have a designated driver. But if they are pulled over and the cop wants you to take the test or do the thing, at what point do they call you?
You know, it's funny you mention that. People have been listening to your show for so long that they've got 888 4-Top Gun burned into their minds.
And their cell phones.
And we're, thank you. Oh, you didn't hear that? 888 4-Top Gun. But we're getting calls from your listeners that as they are getting pulled over from the police, they're calling us and want to know what they should do. I mean, that's the power of your program.
Remember that story when I ran into the house in my car? Guess who took care of me? Miles L. Berman.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He did.
I ran into someone's house and Miles took care of me.
With a
I mean,
car.
that's how bad it was.
All these years, I've never said anything. You know.
I know, but seriously, I don't care at this point. I mean,
Miles
really.
also keeps secrets.
I still won't say anything. I won't confirm or deny anything.
Confidentiality there.
True attorney.
But you know, the most important thing is after you get out of jail, you need to call us at what number again?
888
There you
Look at
go.
that.
There you go.
So, Miles,
We need to jump on it right away. We need to contact the DMV, stop the suspension from going into effect. We need to begin the process of defending people right away.
so have that number in your billfold if you need to call Miles L. Berman.
We got to take another break before we get out of here for the whole day. But thank you, Miles, for stopping in
Yes,
and
Miles Berman.
educating.
We like him. He's our friend.
Berman!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're Frosty out here. Frank Talk Radio 790 KABC.
Scandinavian cooking. I don't know what you guys do with the Blue Light Strawman. It's sponsored by
Kramer Berman.